Good evening, happy Wednesday, and welcome to the Park District of Forest Park softball fields here in beautiful Forest Park, Illinois. I'm Adam Cumby here, joining you from the O'Connor Field, field number 1 press box. As we get ready to get this first game underway between Brick and 45s. We've got the 45s lineup coming up right now as we speak, brought to you by Joel Zavala. Our umpire behind home plate is Mike. As the lefty hits the first one, fly ball to left field. Left fielder under it. He makes the catch. And just on cue, Anthony flies out to left field as the score sheet comes into play. I want to thank everyone for joining us on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook. We do it all. We're a full-service media stop. Got Nate stepping into bat. For those of you who watch us usually, you can see a slightly different vantage point here. We're on the left window. Strike there from Andrew Doss. Say, Andrew Doss, that name sounds familiar. That's right. He's our superintendent of facilities here at the Park District of Forest Park. Busy man this summer. Never too busy for a little bit of 16-inch softball. This one hit to shortstop. Shortstop picks it up cleanly, fires it over to first. Nate not even going to run it out, and that's a quick 2 outs. 45's up to bat. We've seen them a few times so far this season as Chris, the lefty, steps up to the plate. A lot of pop in that bat. Things can change in a hurry when Chris is up. As I was saying, though, we're in a different vantage point in the left window. You might get a better view of the outfield from this side. On the right window from first and third, you get the bases, but you don't get much of the outfield. Here we get at least a little bit more of that left side. As the sun sets, the left side of your screen will clear up just a little bit. Nice high skies, bright sun. Nice and hot. That one about 4 inches short. Chris hits that one up the middle, off the hands. Jack Doss knocks it down, tries to fire it across, but Chris is going to be safe. Good job by Doss knocking it down. Fired it over there with a lot on the throw. Doss a pitcher, but Chris is able to get the 2-out single and bring up Bo. If you want to join us, we're on twitch.tv/PDOFP, on Facebook at PDOFP, and on YouTube, just search Park District of Forest Park. You can chat with us. We'll have some fun. You can ask about softball, ask about life, current events, sports, whatever you want. We'll have a little fun, hang out during these 2 games. It's a double dip tonight. Got High Hawaiian money line playing after this. There's one to the shortstop on his hand, almost with the throw to second. He saw the thought process in his head as he knocked that down. A good job keeping that ball from going to the outfield, as Chris likely would have taken third. Stepping up is the lefty Mike Manzella. As I always humble brag, no Manzella personally. Guy's an athlete. No other way to put it. He's done some things I've seen that human beings shouldn't be able to do in the gym. One thing I haven't seen him do in the gym, but I've seen him do a lot here, is rope some singles. Single here likely scores a run to get the scoring started for 45s. Little pump fake there from Manzella. Kind of wanted that one. Looked like he wanted that one. Doss with the double pump fake. Illegal pitch. That one high over the 12-foot mark. Manzella hits this one to center field. Center fielder back, and makes the catch with his outstretched arms for the 3rd out. And after the top of 1 inning, 2 hits for 45s, but nothing comes across. In the bottom half comes Brick, as we early on in this game get our first chat bot. Heading into the bottom of the first, we're going to have Casey Fox leading off for Brick. As you see, J-Rob, the catcher for 45s, behind home plate. Izzy on the mound. There's a strike. This one back up the middle to short center. Hits him off the hands, crawls up his chest, and that's going to be a base for Casey Fox. Looked like a routine grounder. His eyes bigger than his hands on that one, and looked over to first before he secured the ball, and that one bounces off the hand and climbed up the chest. Elliott steps up to the plate with a runner on. This one hits a short center again with the redemption catch. Catches that one, hands under the ball, up against the body. And that's the first out for Elliott. Scott House steps up. We'll call it E10 on the Fox play just because I love scoring things with a 10. House hits that one to the third base side through the third baseman's hands. It looks like Fox is going to try to take third. Umpire saying that Fox sidestepped that one a lot closer than it had any right being. Surprised Fox went to third with that ball dying in front of the left fielder. Not a lot on it. Looked like the third baseman got the tag on him, but the umpire saying that he stepped around it. Unfortunately, from our vantage point, not great to see, or not a great spot to see. Joey up with runners on second and third. Number 4 hitter takes a strike. That one back up the middle again to the shortstop. Shortstop over to first for the out. So that's going to get a run across. It's going to move House over to third on the 6-3 ground out. That's 2 outs and Jack Doss up. As I mentioned, a hot evening here in Forest Park. Not triple digits, so it's a win. Illegal pitch there. Landed perfectly. Unfortunately, just not there. Doss hits this one. A high fly ball to left field. Left fielder under it, and he secures it for the third out. So Brick's able to bring one across the board to take the early lead, and after one, it's Brick 1, 45-0 coming up. It's the top of the 7th, and J-Rob, the lefty, steps up to the plate against Doss. First pitch, easy swing to the left side. That's going to land just foul. Just off screen. Got a nice slushy here, blue raspberry slushy from the concession stands just off of field 1. If you're looking for a sweet treat or something good to eat, head over to the concession stands. We've got hot foods, cold snacks, beverages. Ball there to J-Rob. Hits Hits that one just over the shortstop's head. Easy swing, easy run. Lead-off single for J-Rob as he gets the courtesy runner, and that's going to be Manzella. Runner on first, nobody out. Danny steps up to the plate, takes a first pitch ball. It's that one high, foul, and left out of play completely. As we wait for the ball to come back in play. Not quite like the major leaguers where our umpire Mike has a pocket full of 16-inch softballs. Might need a travel bag or something for that, but just try to keep playing with the same one. It's rock hard in the beginning. That one hit to the right side between the Doss and Doss connection over to right field. Manzella's going to take third easily. That's a single for Danny. Runners on first and third with nobody out after Brick was able to put one across in the first. 45 is threatening to tie it up. My namesake Adam up to the plate. Takes a strike. Great pitch there by Doss. Illegal pitch from Doss. Landed perfectly. Unfortunately, improper arc. That went to the right side. Foul. Bounces just outside of the line. Once again, if you're joining us on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, now some of you just scrolling along your Facebook Lives and you see the Park District of Forest Park softball fields. You hear my voice wondering what's going on. Welcome to Monday, Wednesday Men's Major League 16-inch softball here at the PDOFP softball fields. Adam hits this one to Jack Doss. Off Doss's hands, flips it to second. He's going to be safe. That one an absolute laser over to Doss. Got in front of it, knocked it down, but couldn't do much with it. Now Ronnie steps up. Ronnie over at third base with that questionable call in the last inning. That call led to a run. First and second, nobody out. Ronnie hits this one over the third baseman's head. That's going to be fielded, brought in. The run is going to score. Runners are going to hold it first and second. Ronnie with the RBI single. Izzy goes up. Nobody out. 45's looking to make some more noise. They put two across so far in the top of the inning. There's a ball just a little deep from Doss. Izzy hits that one to the left side and foul. It may have been Jan Gomes. The world will never know. Doss with the pitch. Izzy hits this one just over John Ryan Doss's head to right field. They're going to get that one in, concede the run. So Adams going to come across to score. Looked like if they might have gotten that one in a little bit quicker, they would have been able to have a play at the plate. But nonetheless, nobody out still as they get back to the top of the lineup. Not a position you want to be in with runners on first and second. Manzella now coming to run from Izzy. He's going to be a busy guy today, it sounds like. As I was saying before, though, thank you for joining us on twitch.tv/PDOFP, on YouTube and on Facebook. We're glad you're here. Join us over on the chat. This one hit to the right side between the Dosses again. John Ryan gets a hand on it, but nothing doing. That's going to put runners at first and third again as Ronnie comes across to score. So Manzella's going to move to third for Izzy. Anthony with the RBI single. I'm going to pull this score box down because it keeps requiring updates, folks. As 45 continue to mount a big inning and nobody out for Nate. There's a strike to Nate. Ball off the plate with the patented thud. That one drifts on Doss just a little bit. Nate goes a step in that one, lets it ride deep. There's a strike and a full count. Still nobody out in the inning. Nate hits a deep fly ball to left field. Fox going to try to make the catch over the shoulder off his hands. Manzella's going to come across to score. Anthony over to third. Nate into second easily. And what looked like it was going to be a nice catch by Casey Fox turns into an RBI double. The lefty Chris steps up. Runners on second and third. Not that he needs runners in scoring position. A big bat on this one. A couple games ago, saw Chris put one into the other field, rolled all the way to the dirt. Quite a jaunt for a 16-inch softball. Hits this one to the left side. That's going to drop in one. That's going to be a single for Chris, RBI single. Nate over to third. Anthony's going to score. As the wind just took my position sheet. Bo steps up to the plate. Chris over on first, Nate over on third. Still nobody out in the inning. High fly ball to right field. He's going to make the catch and fire it into two. Nate's going to come across for the run on the sac fly from Bo, and that's going to be the first out. Manzella up to the plate. You've already seen him pinch run and score 2 runs. Takes a strike from Doss. Hits this one to the right side in the air. Something we don't see him do much. That's going to bring Chris to third, Mike into second. Chris is coming across the score. Doss is going to fake the throw in home. Good hustle there from Chris. Just kind of casually jogging around second. Saw that he had a chance to score. Manzella with the RBI double. And we're going to cross this score sheet over into the next dimension. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us right now on this live stream. Beautiful Wednesday night, 7:10 Central Time. J-Rob hits this one to the shortstop. Shortstop over to first. That's going to be the second out. And just like that, Brick looking to get out of the inning. Our next game starting approximately 8 o'clock, but likely a little bit after 8. It's going to see High Y and Money Line. We saw Money Line a couple weeks ago. We saw High Y on Monday. This one floated over to the right side. Manzella coming in. He's going to hold at third. Danny into second on the throw in home. They didn't throw the cutoff man. A good job looking because Manzella was looking to score on that hit, but they're able to take the extra base. R45s on the throw to home. So Adam steps up once again. Hits this one up the middle. That's going to score Manzella. That's going to score Danny. Adam in with the 2 RBI single. Like a broken record right now. Just run after run after run. One of the few times where an endless series of the runs isn't a bad thing. Ronnie with a single and a run scored last time. So you've got to believe they feel better about that quote-unquote controversial call as Ronnie gives that one a ride. Almost hits our Ranger cart, misses by about a foot. Ranger Joel Zavala trying to make a play, but it bounced over his head. Ronnie with muscles on muscles can give this ball a ride. An easy swing on that last one. Hits this one to Jack Doss. Doss off his hands. And that one's going to be the 3rd out. So a huge inning for 45s. 10 runs come across the plate. So after Brick puts one across in the first, 45's answer with a big 10-run inning going into the bottom of the second. It's 10-1 45s. Well, after a 10 spot in the top half of the inning, Brick coming up to the plate, starting with John McDermott. McDermott wearing number 10. To the right side, and that one looks like it's going to be hooking foul. Manzella over in right field. Good to see Manzella in the outfield. He's been catching a lot lately, dealing with some arm issues, surgeries this past season. That one hit up the middle to the short center. He's going to throw it over to first with ease for the 1st out. McDermott with the 10-3 grounder. Pitcher Drew Doss steps up to the plate. Backwards Jamison cap. Number 34, shades of Kerry Wood. Hits this one over the infield, but foul to the left side. Got to say, we've seen some big deficits in some of these games recently, but you just got to keep chipping away, play some defense, not allow them to go. On Monday, we saw Circus take a quick 7-run lead, 7-0 in the first inning, and High Y was able to pull the game out in the 7th. All it takes is just a little bit of momentum. As Doss hits this one to the 3rd side off the hand of Ronnie, that's going to be a hit. Following Doss, we're going to have, you guessed it, Doss. That one hits to center field, drops to a knee, does Chris, and that's going to be an out. So after the flyout from Doss, here comes Danny. Andrew over on first still. Danny takes a ball short. 2 outs on the inning. And that's going to be a walk. So Doss over to second, Danny over to first. I know we've got some folks in the chat excited about that one. This one hit to the right side. Manzella comes up with it. Andrew's going to score. Danny over to third. It's a good job there by James. Sheldon with the single to the right side finds the hole. So they've got runners on first and third, 2 outs on the inning, but they were able to push another one across. And as I mentioned, as we get to the top of the lineup with Casey Fox, you just got to keep clipping them away, stacking up the runs. It just takes one big inning. As we've seen, 45s put up 10 runs in an inning. You've got to believe opposite and equal reactions. J-Rob not too happy with that when he caught it and looked right back at Mike. Two-one count to Casey Fox. Ball's deep, 3-1. And that one off the plate for another one. So bases loaded, 2 outs, and Elliott steps up to the plate. If you had money on walk, single, walk, you might be rich right now. There's a strike to Elliott. Elliott to the right side. That one's going to hook foul. First baseman Adam had a good beat on it. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here at about 7:19 Central Time here in beautiful Forest Park, Illinois. Park District of Forest Park, located right in between the Forest Park and Harlem Blue Line stops. Elliott hits this one up the middle. Short center, bobbles it off his chest. Good job there by Sheldon, kind of getting in the way, just causing enough of a distraction to ruin the focus. That's going to bring another run across. Sheldon over to third, Fox over to second. Scott House up. He had a single, got all the way to third in the first inning. Nothing doing after that. This one off of Izzy's foot. Not much you can do about that one. I guess you can credit him for the positioning. Well, that's going to be a single for House as he gets the RBI. He is frustrated with himself, but really not much you can do with that, especially when it comes at you that fast. There's a strike to Joey. Joey hits this one to left field, right to the left fielder, camped under it, makes the catch for the third out, but not before Brick is able to score, push 3 runs across to bring the score 10-4. Well, it's the top of the third, and we've got ourselves a pitching change from Doss to Doss. You've heard me say Doss many a times. That's because there are 3 of them, all brothers, on this Brick team. You can see on the right side of your screen. on the mound. You've got John Ryan Doss, you've got Jack Doss at short center, and Andrew Doss at second base. Not only is it a family affair, it's a family reunion. Brick up 6 runs right now with a 10-4 lead as Izzy leading off the inning. Had a single and a run scored in the second inning. Izzy hits a fly ball to right field. That one's going to be caught quickly for the first out. Top of the lineup here going to Anthony. Illegal pitch, but Anthony swings at it anyways, hits it over to the left side. He's going to get a single. Dug that one out like Tiger Woods. Busted out the driver and gets the single to the left side. Nate steps up, 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the third. Got a comment here from Peoria Matt. If they make an error, it's a Doss boot. Well, I can tell you one thing, they'll appreciate that one, and that one might catch on. We might be seeing it in some T-shirts come tourney time. Hope they don't make any errors the rest of this game, but if they do, we're going to have that one locked and loaded. That one hit to the left side once again. Fox coming in on it. He gets it over to third. So back-to-back singles to bring up Chris. Chris 2 for 2 on the day, playing center field. He's got a run scored and an RBI. Pretty much everyone on 45's got an RBI in that second inning. Chris hits that one between the Dosses. It's going to bring 1 run across. Runners on first and third. And Chris pulls that one and gets back 1 of the runs from the last half inning. Here comes Bo with 1 out. There's a strike from John Ryan. Illegal pitch. Too high from John Ryan. Wearing the No Fear shirt. Gotta love seeing one of those out in the wild. Ground ball over to third, over to second. Jack Doss over to first. No Doss boot on that one as we get a double play to end the scoring threat for the 45s. So a good job there after 1 run comes across by Brick, playing good quality defense to end the threat. And after the top of the third, it's going to be 45's 11, Brick 4. We'll be right back. It's the bottom of the third, and Jack Doss is stepping up to the plate. Doss hits this one to the left side. Left fielder under it, makes the catch. Late break to it, but gets the quick first out. I'd like to thank everyone joining us over on Twitch, over on YouTube, over on Facebook. If you join us on Twitch, we just got affiliate status, so when you join, you might see a commercial. It's just going to be the one. Working on getting all of that, subscriptions and followers set up. This one over too short. Short picks it up cleanly, throws it over to first for the out. So when you hop over, if you hop over on Twitch, don't be alarmed if you see the commercial. We haven't had him yet, but that's because we got promoted, at least in the world of Twitch. Over on Facebook, commercial free. Over on YouTube, commercial free. Still a chat option available if you want to give us a chat as Andrew Doss hits this one over to the right side, just in front of the center fielder, pops it over his second baseman's head, gives a little chirp to his dugout. And here comes Mr. No Fear himself, John Ryan Doss. Hits this one up the middle, just outside the short center fielder's hands. Andrew looking at center field, takes the base on Chris, almost daring him to throw it. So runners on first and third, 2 outs. This one hit to center field. Chris running back, makes the catch with the hands as a basket for the third out. Danny Boren gave it a ride, but couldn't do much with it. And after 3 innings, it's 45-11, Brick 4. Got planes flying overhead, trains going by right behind us. Lots of transit options here in Forest Park. Busy day here. We've got the pool open in full swing for the summer. Got our gym, the Ruse Recreation Center. The aforementioned concession stand. All sorts of fun happening. Tomorrow night, there's going to be a concert in the park held by the Secondhand Soul Band, part of our summer concert series, starting at 7 p.m. behind the Ruse at the Ruse Pavilion. Twisted Cookie's going to be there, so if you like desserts, somewhere between Twisted Sister and Twisted Metal, so if that's your jam, you're going to love Twisted Cookie. When Manzella hits over to Doss, Doss fields it cleanly, fires it over to first, and I guess for clarity, I should say Andrew Doss. So the 4-3 out for the first out. You got to believe for Brick, that's a relief after a couple of big hot starts for the 45s. A game of momentum. That pitch a strike. Doss shrugs his shoulders, thought it was flat out of the hand. J-Rob hits this one to the right side. Right fielder Borum makes a catch for the second out. So 2 quick outs. Danny steps up to the plate, number 85. Looking to keep this inning alive. Always interesting getting into the heads of the 2 teams here. Obviously, if you're 45s, you just want to get a hit, keep the inning alive. Complete opposite here for Brick. It'd be huge if they can get out of here with a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of their lineup coming up, but this one hit to the right side to Borum. Borum looking at first. He's not going to throw it. Might have had a play. So a 1-2-3 inning, no more. Adam, the lefty, takes a ball. Hits this one to right back up the middle to the center fielder. Danny taking third aggressively. See a lot of 2 bases as that one almost was a Doss boot. Luckily, he had Doss back up. Ronnie with runners on first and third. So after a slow start, 2 quick outs. 45's back and threatening. Illegal pitch. Almost immediately out of Doss's hands. Ronnie hits this one to center field. It's drifting. It's drifting off of the hands of the center fielder. He took a couple too many steps in. Ronnie coming around to third. He's chugging. He's chugging. Jack Doss fires it over. Ronnie's going to be in with the 3-bagger. Looked like the center fielder had a beat on it. Took a couple too many steps in as that ball kept carrying. Not sure what he saw. So Izzy comes up with two outs after the 2 RBI triple from Ronnie. Told you, folks, this guy can give it a ride. Izzy hits this one to the left side. If I'm not mistaken, Ronnie used to work out, or still does, with Manzella occasionally. And confirm both are stoked. Izzy hits this one to the right side to Danny. Danny under it, makes the catch for the 3rd out, but not before Ronnie plates 2 and makes it 13-4, 45s. We're going to skip the music this time. Just hang out, chat. We get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch. Without all of you, it's just me talking to myself, and, well, that's not going to stop me. It's still a lot less fun. Of course, all this getting us ready for the No Glove Nationals tournament, July 28th through the 31st here in Forest Park. There's no cost to attend. There is food and beer and beverages and everything else on sale. We have a merch tent and all that jazz. So come on out and join us July 28th through the 31st for a little bit of softball fun. It's the best softball around here in Forest Park, as this one hit to the right side, just foul into the high Y, the waiting high Y players, their entire team congregating over by the right field line. Looks like we're going to have a great crowd for the 8 p.m. game. Probably going to start just a little after 8 o'clock, unless 45s get a couple across and force an early slaughter, since we started about 10 minutes late here. This one over to third. Ronnie picks it cleanly, fires it across to first, gets the out. So Sheldon with the grounder. We're back to the top with Casey Fox. There's a strike to Fox. Drinking a delicious blue ice slushy from the concession stands. This one to the right side, just past the outstretched hand, of Danny. So there's a single for Fox, and Elliott comes up. Get some much-needed runs here for Brick. Want to thank everyone for joining us. We're going to have another game right after this. We're going to end this stream, open it back up about 1 to 2 minutes later. Hang out in the chat as Elliott hits this one to right field for the out. Manzella with the catch. Don't want to say he fired it in there, but he definitely got it to second base. So Fox still on first, and Scott House, the third baseman, steps up. House with the backwards cap. The B on his chest. Looks like the Boston B. To the left side. Hits it just right of the line. Left fielder bobbles it. Fox is going to come around to score. So that's going to be a stand-up double for Scott House, and he gets an RBI to help chip in to that 45's lead. So Joey 0 for 2 on the day, looking to push a run across. House in scoring position, you got to believe. Ball pretty much anywhere in play. Quick strike to Joey. Back up the middle, off the hand of Izzy. A good job by Izzy. If that ball gets through, that's going to score the run. So House is going to have to stop at third on the single from Joey. Could have been a lot worse. And an inning after we see one off the ankle of Izzy bring in a run. Izzy saves one there with the quick hands, and Jack Doss steps up. Doss just needs to put this one in play right now. Hits a high fly ball to center field. Chris going back. Can't make the one-handed catch. Doss going around, rounding second. 2 runs across. Doss around third. Doss is going to come home. They fire it home. It's not going to be close. And there's Jack Doss with a game-changing swing. Brings 2 runs across before scoring himself on the 3 RBI dinger off the hands of Chris. Chris running back, just couldn't quite get to it as that ball hung up in the air, almost as if it were defying gravity. Call it yickety, call it yaya, call it zing zang, whatever you want to call it. He peed on that ball. So John McDermott with the bases empty. A 5-run game now. McDermott to Ronnie, off the hands of Ronnie. Ronnie pushes it over. Lands about 20 feet away from him. McDermott with a good heads-up play. Good communication there from the Brick dugout as they were yelling for McDermott all the way. Go, go, go. Could have potentially had a play over there if he wasn't hustling all the way into second. And now there's a runner on second base in scoring position for Andrew Doss. So McDermott with the unlikely double. 2 outs on the inning, all after 2. The old adage. You see there the pump fake from Izzy got Doss on his front foot. Flat pitch there. Andrew hits it to the right side. Looks like that's going to hook foul just past Adams' head. Sun right in Doss's eyes right now. Not sure if Mother Nature's acting as a barrier or trolling him as he hits this one to the left side, left field, right in front of the left fielder. That's going to drop. McDermott comes across the score, and there's an RBI single for Andrew Doss. Much like the great Michael McDonald said, minute by minute by minute by minute. Chipping away our Brick. John Ryan hits this one up the middle, just past Izzy. Izzy doesn't put his hand out. Andrew to third. John Ryan with the single. Now Danny Barron up to the plate. The right fielder with a walk and a run scored. Last out last inning. Doesn't want to be the last out this inning. J-Rob talking to Izzy. This one up to the third base. Ronnie trips, makes the throw over, a bang play, but he's going to be out. So a good recovery there by Ronnie on the 5-3 ground out to end the inning. But not before Brick's able to scrape 5 runs across. And what looked like it might be a 10-run game here is now a 4-run ball game as we go into the 5th inning. We'll be right back. Got a little bit of love for the Michael McDonald there. That's one of the few voices I do well. Appreciate the compliments that I can quote unquote sing. Let's just say I can mimic. That's where I usually draw the line. Top of the lineup here, starting off with Anthony for the 45s. We'll see what other great song lyrics I can work in. Vinny Duber style. One of the great baseball beat reporters locally. I actually have a room upstairs in my house decorated Vinny Duber style with vintage concert posters inspired by him, the man himself. You see John Ryan Doss with the backwards pitch behind the back. A little bit of laughter there from him and Anthony. This one hit up the middle off John Ryan's hands to his brother Andrew. Doss to Doss, the Doss to Doss connection. Shout out to Ron Kubicki, who just tuned in watching the broadcast right now. Ron, the ex-president of the 16-inch Chicago 16-inch Softball Hall of Fame, sorry. Pleasantly retired now, enjoying his time. Thank you for joining us, Ron. If you know local 16-inch softball, you know Ron Kubicki. Ball inside to Nate. Nate hits this one to third base. Going to be dropped, but Nate's not running. They're going to easily throw it across to first. And for those of you kids watching at home, we're going to do a little Eddie Olczyk there. For those of you kids watching at home, make sure you're always running the ball out, because something like that can happen. Errant throw or something dropped. So Chris comes up with 2 outs. We saw 2 quick outs in the last inning for 45s, but they were able to scrape a couple across after 2. Big scoring the last inning from both teams after 2 outs. You got to believe the lefty's looking to drive one here after not being able to field a home run ball from Jack Doss cleanly. Little extra twist in the trunk from Chris there. He definitely wants one here. Hits that one, rolls over it to Doss, over at second base. Andrew over to first, and a 1-2-3 inning for Brick. So after they're able to push some runs across, they're able to stop the momentum for 45s. And folks, after 5 innings, we've got ourselves a ball game. We'll be right back. Well, it's the bottom 5. It's a 4-run ball game. The number 10 hitter is up for Brick. That's James Sheldon. And then we've got the top of the lineup. A big response inning for Brick in the 4th. Looking lifeless much of that game early, but waking up and springing to action here in the 4th. There in the 4th, sorry, looking to continue it into the 5th. With a 4-run ball game right now. This one back up the middle to Izzy. This time he makes it. So we've seen one off Izzy's hand, or off Izzy's ankle, off Izzy's hands, and then that time with the catch. Nerves of steel there on the pitcher's mound. Casey Fox has been on base all 3 times. Hits one over to Ronnie, off Ronnie's chest, fires it across to first. Now, when I tell you that ball was on a line, I don't know if you could tell from this vantage point with the camera, but that ball was on a straight dead line like an arrow off of Ronnie's hand for the 2nd out. With how quickly this game moves, if you don't field it cleanly, you better have a good arm to get that ball across the diamond, and Ronnie hooked it. There's a strike to House. Sorry, Elliott. Elliott, the catcher, hits this one just over the shortstop's arms as the shortstop was drifting over to his right as that pitch was coming in. Elliott with the 2-out single. Now Scott House is up, the 3rd baseman. 2 singles and a double, a run scored, 2 RBIs. Hits that one to the right side, splits short center and second base. Elliott looking to come across the score, but he's going to stop. He had his eyes on home, but Chris did a good job getting that ball in quickly. I'm going to hear Jack Doss just off camera saying, "You and me, Joey, let's go." Joey set up that last inning, got on base for Jack Doss's big home run that brought this game to within 4. That one thuds off the plate. 2-1 count. Joey hits this one up to center field. Looks like he's going to try to split the gap. Chris cuts it off on an angle. Runners at first and third. Elliott comes across to score. So House over to third, Joey to first. And nobody more excited on field one right now than Jack Doss getting a chance again. The second inning in a row with a runner in scoring position to make a dent. It's a 3-1 ball game right now. 45 is up 13-10. Sounded like a late illegal call from Mike, the umpire. Jack leads into that one, hits it off to the right side. Little poke here makes it a 2-run ball game. Doss, a natural baseball player, understands the situation here. As I mentioned a few times, you just got to chip away, wait for that one big inning. They had the big inning, and Doss puts that one to second base over to Danny. Danny slips in the grass, and what looked like it was going to be a ground out to the second baseman for the third out. Jack Doss is able to get a run across as House comes and scores. Joey's going to stop at second, and Jack Doss is there with another runner coming across. So it's a 2-run ball game. That one hit over to third. Ronnie steps on third for the out. So as quickly as they scored a run, they get the third out from John McDermott over to Ronnie. But they're able to bring 2 more across. It's a 2-run ball game, folks, after 5. Oh, if you've been here with us from the beginning and you had a 2-run ball game going into the 6th, I would have called you a little off. But here we are, a 2-run ball game in the top of the 6th. That one hit back up the middle off John Ryan Doss's hands. Upset with himself that he couldn't catch it. Andrew tried to follow it up with another Doss to Doss. So that time Doss backup did not work. Bo gets the leadoff single, and Mike Manzella steps up to the plate. Saw a little pop for Manzella, 2 at bats ago to the right side. Hits this one to the right side again to Doss's left. It's going to be runners at first and second as they get it in quickly. A great job there by Danny in right field, getting that ball in. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook. We're going to have a couple more outlets for these games here coming up shortly. Slow and steady. We're making sure that everything works. This one hit from J-Rob, hit to Andrew Doss. Andrew to Jack. Jack over to first with the wild throw. So Bo's going to come across and score. They're going to get the runner at second to cut him off for the first out, and J-Rob's going to reach first on the fielder's choice. 45 is able to bring one across, make it 14-11. Danny slipped that last half inning about making a play in the hole. Gotta believe he's looking to make up for it with a swing here. Hits that one to the left side, past the diving third baseman. Runners on first and second. Good effort, though, from Joey on the play. So we got first and second once again with one out. Adam up to the plate. Mentioned the pool earlier. Shout out to our pool cage staff checking out the game right now. Just got a message from them. If you ever head over to the Park District of Forest Park Aquatic Center, our cage staff is our pool front desk staff. Always happy to help you out, see you off as you get ready for some summer fun in the pool. It's always cool in our pool here at the Park District of Forest Park Aquatic Center. And there's a grounder to Doss. Doss with the Doss boot. And that one tailor-made right to him. So Chris running for J-Rob is going to come across and score. Danny's going to go over to third. My apologies for missing that play as I was making sure that our stuff for the next game is getting set up. Turn your head for 1 second. There's an error on the short center fielder for Brick. So Ronnie with a couple huge plays in the field. Big day at the plate, 2 for 3 with a triple and a single. Hits this one to left field. That one's going to find the gap and carry. Let's see if Ronnie's able to come around and score. The outfielder's just getting to the ball now. Ronnie jogging across third. He's not even sprinting, folks. As I mentioned in his first at-bat, this guy can give it a ride. Didn't even break a sweat rounding the bases. And there's Ronnie with the 3-run home run, sorry. So Ronnie with a single, a triple, a home run, and 6 RBIs on the day. 1/3 of his team's offensive output in this 18-11 game has been Ronnie. This one to the left side. That's going to land fair for Izzy. Izzy takes a hard round around first, but he's going to stay. So 1 out continually and back to the top of the lineup with a runner on first. The lefty Anthony stepping in to bat. Chris coming to run for Izzy at first base. And there's a strike to Chris. That's a ball from Doss. Another ball. Chris hits a high pop fly to center field. Center fielder under it, makes the catch, gets it in quickly for the second out. So Anthony's going to run for Chris. Got those two conflated. Nate takes a first pitch ball just a bit inside. High pop fly to the left side. Fox under it, makes the catch over his shoulder just off the camera for the third out. So another big inning for the 45s as they get 5 runs across going into the bottom of the 6th inning. It's an 18-11 ball game. Getting ready to go into the bottom of the 6th inning. Andrew Doss leading off for Brick, followed by John Ryan Doss and Danny Barron. Back and forth game from both teams. Big innings coming in abundance in this one. I'd like to say hello and cheers to everyone watching at home. Just got a couple messages. Some of our watchers just made themselves drinks, getting settled in for the long run for our second game tonight. As Doss hits this one to the right side over to Danny. Danny fields it cleanly, fires it to Adam at first for the first out. So whether you've got a water, a beverage, a snack, or whatever you're doing while you join us, thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful night outside, and I'm glad that you choose to be here. Taking in this fun Monday, Wednesday. That one back to Izzy, off Izzy's hands for the second out. So between the two Dosses leading off that inning, the first two batters, each one made it about halfway down the line and gave up. So put them together. That's one full base. But unfortunately for Brick, that's two quick outs. Danny looking to keep the inning alive. As I was saying, though, we've got some folks at home joining us, getting settled in. We do have a second game after this between High Y and Moneyline. It's going to start a little after 8 o'clock. I would say about 15 minutes after this game starts. Once this game ends, we're going to end the stream, pick it right back up. Danny hits this one short. Shortstop bobbles it, fires it over to first. That play much closer than the first two, but that's going to be the third out on the 6-3 ground out to end that half an inning. Felt like Nick Castellanos was up at bat. I was making a serious announcement, and here we are, a deep fly ball to left field. I don't know if I'm ever going to put this headset on again, but as I was saying, after this broadcast, going into the top of the 7th inning, we're going to end the stream, but the chats will remain open, and then we're going to start them right back up for the second game. That makes it easier for everyone who watches the game not live, but on demand at home. They can go up and pick each game individually. So we'll stop the stream here for about a minute or two, and then we'll pick it right back up. No need to go anywhere. If you've got to go somewhere, that's okay. If you don't want to go anywhere, I promise you I will be right back. I can't quit you, folks. I'll be here the whole time. So Chris leading off the inning, 445s. Hits a high fly ball to center field. Center fielder drifting, makes the catch running back as he approaches a gaggle of players from the other field warming up for the next game. And that's a quick first out. Nice catch indeed there from the center fielder for Brick. Bo takes the ball. Bo with the red cleats. See someone for our second game sitting just outside the field as Bo hits this one foul to the right side wearing a Donuts tank top. Shout out to the Donuts. Close friend of ours, Coach Ryan, was a donut, but not in the way Gordon Ramsay calls people donuts, just in team name alone. In fact, I can confirm Ryan is not close to a donut at all. Ball outside and deep to Bo there. John Ryan having a little bit of fun from the mound. That one hit right over his head. Doesn't even get his hands up. Gives you an idea of how quickly things can happen here. So there's a one-out single from Bo. Manzella steps up. Had a single the last time out. Forced out after that, hits it over to the right side, splits first and second base. Bo over to third. That's going to be runners at first and third with one out. Good job by Manzella. So here comes J-Rob. We've seen some nice, easy swings from J-Rob, just placed perfectly. And some of that veteran savviness you see. That's another easy swing. Kind of has that Ichiro float when he swings. Floating away from the swing, away from the plane. Still makes solid contact and puts it wherever he needs to. It's one of the beauties of this game. You can hit the ball to the other field, or you can just place the ball over first, and both guys are going to be just as effective in the long run. J-Rob hits this one to the right center field gap. It's going to be cut off by the center fielder. Good job sliding before that ball can go any further. So we're going to go runners on first and third again. Another single for the 45s, and Danny comes up. Very reminiscent of that second inning. There's a lot of station to station, single, single, single. But it led to 10 runs. As Danny hits a high fly ball to left field. Fox running in. He's under it, makes the catch. Not even going to feign a tag from third. A little look from Chris over at first as the courtesy runner for J-Rob. But Manziel is going to hold a third as he takes some direction from Coach Izzy. Want to thank everyone for joining us as usual on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook. Whatever your choice to join us, we're just glad you're here. As I've said many times, without you, I'm just talking to myself. And while that wouldn't stop me, I'm glad you're here to join me because it makes me feel a whole lot better. Adam hits this one, a deep fly ball to left field. Fox running back, makes the catch over his shoulder, just out of screen. Once again, that's a couple innings in a row where Fox has made some great catches with his back to the camera as he fades out of view. So it's an 8-run lead for 45s. If we go to the bottom of the 7th, Brick is going to need to score 8 to stay alive, 9 to win. We'll be right back. As you can tell by our 0 warm-up pitches, our umpire Mike ready to go. All geared up to get to this bottom of the 7th, led off by James Sheldon. Sheldon takes the ball outside. White batting gloves, white towel hanging off his shorts, white cleats. Hits this one to the right side over to Danny. Off Danny's hands, has some time, but isn't able to get it up quickly enough. That's going to be a leadoff single for James. As much as you want to say an 8-run deficit is a lot to overcome in a game like this, we've seen bigger innings these last few broadcasts. A couple 7-run innings, an 8-run inning, and a 10-run inning in this ball game alone. So it's just going to take some smart situational softball here from Brick, but it's not impossible. Fox hits this one to left, and there's another single. So as I mentioned, it's going to take a lot of that. Not out of the realm of possibility, though. Although I guess spending my entire life being a Chicago sports fan, sometimes the optimism gets the best of me. That's okay, though. When you're raised on, Sesame Street, Barney, Bob Ross, I guess optimism's not the worst thing you could learn. Also learned letters. That was a big one. That one hit up the middle to second base. It started short center, flips it to the shortstop for the out at second base. Looked like it was getting the makings of a nice double play as Elliott hits into the fielder's choice. So 1 out, runners on first and third. That one hit to the right side, just over Elliott's shoulder. Got to believe he heard a humming in his ear. So James is going to score. House with the single. Elliott over to second. Just like that, it's a 7-run ball game. 1 out on the inning. Seeing some Bob Ross emotes in the chat. Got to admit, I watch the Bob Ross channel on Pluto, The Joy of Painting, way more than I should. This one hit up too short over to second for the out. That's going to be 2 outs. Elliott lost track of the outs there as you saw him break off of third, thinking that might have been 3. So another force out at second base. Another fielder's choice, reaching on fielder's choice. And here's Jack Doss with 2 runners on. You got to believe he's looking to make a 3-run dent in the score right now. He's trying to look pasta the score and make an al dente in the deficit. I had to answer your pun with a pun there, Matt. If you're watching along and wondering who I'm talking to, we've got a chat feature on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube as Jack hits that one to Izzy. He's going to try to beat it out at first. Izzy with the no-look throw, falling away, makes the throw over to first. like the pure athlete he is. So Jack Doss gave it a ride back up the middle. Izzy doing a great job defensively that entire game to not let anything up the middle really get past the pitcher's mound, even if he smacked it over to an infielder. But limiting that extra base turned out huge in a game where Brick really kept making some noise and trying to come back. But at the end of that ball game, it's going to be a 7-run loss for Brick as 45s put up 19 in that game, 10 in the second inning, and that really was all she wrote. Brick brought it to within a couple of runs, but they weren't able to get everything back. And every time they made some noise, 45s were able to get them back as well. So a great play there by Coach Izzy to end the game. To end this first game, as I mentioned, we'll be back for a second game shortly after this. I'd like to thank you for joining us on twitch.tv/PDOFP, on Facebook at PDOFP, on YouTube, on the Park District of Forest Park page. I'm Adam Cumby coming at you live from Field 1, Fred O'Connor Field at the Park District of Forest Park softball fields. We've got a short break between these two games before High Y and Moneyline face off. We're going to stop the stream right now, and I'll be back with you in literally 1 minute. Thank you for joining us, everybody.